Hey there, story explorers. Are you ready for an exciting tale about a little monkey whose curiosity gets him into a sticky situation? Get set for The Curious Monkey and the Wooden Trap.
Once upon a time, a kind merchant wished for a beautiful temple to be built right in his sunny garden. He dreamed of a place where people could gather and find peace under the warm sun. So he hired many skilled masons and clever carpenters who arrived daily with their tools. The garden soon buzzed with activity, filled with the sounds of building. Every morning the merchant watched, smiling, as his dream began to take shape. The workers were an energetic bunch, some carefully chiseling stone and others precisely cutting large logs of wood. Their hammers tapped rhythmically, and saws made joyful zzz sounds as they shaped the timber. Piles of fresh wood and smooth stones grew taller each day, transforming the garden. Tools of all shapes and sizes lay scattered neatly, ready for use. The air was filled with a happy hum of construction, reflecting everyone's dedication. Every single day, when the sun reached its highest point in the sky, it was time for a well-deserved lunch break. The busy masons and carpenters would put down their tools, wipe their hands, and gather together. They would sit under the shade of a big tree, sharing stories and yummy food from their packed baskets. The construction site, once filled with bustling noises, became wonderfully quiet and still. But the quiet never lasted long. From the lush, green canopy of the nearby trees, a band of curious monkeys would often peek down. These small, playful creatures with soft brown fur and long, curly tails watched the humans work and eat. They chattered softly to each other, their bright amber eyes full of mischief and wonder, waiting for their chance to explore. The moment the workers left their delicious lunches unattended, the brave little monkeys would swing down from the branches. They bounded onto the building site, their feet light on the dusty ground. It was like their very own playground, full of interesting shapes and textures. They playfully nudged tools with their noses and gently tapped at the loose bricks, giggling with delight. Among them was one particularly cheeky monkey, whose eyes sparkled with unending curiosity. This monkey, a bit bolder than the rest, spotted something truly unusual. It was a thick, wooden wedge, firmly stuck into a long, partly sawed log of wood. The wedge was placed there to keep the log's sawed halves from closing, acting like a little wooden key. The cheeky monkey tilted its head, pondering this strange wooden object. What could it be for? It looked so different from the branches and leaves they usually played with. Gingerly, the monkey reached out a tiny brown hand and poked the wedge. It didn't move easily. The monkey's curiosity only grew stronger with each poke. This is quite a puzzle, the monkey seemed to think, its brow furrowed in concentration. It decided a gentle poke wasn't enough for such a mysterious object. With a determined grin, it grabbed the thick wedge with both little hands and began to tug. It pulled and pulled, putting all its monkey strength into the task, back and forth, trying to dislodge the stubborn wood. Finally, with a mighty exasperated hoof and a last big tug, the wedge suddenly gave way. It flew out of the log with a saw-cutting wood z, 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 z sound, tumbling onto the ground. But before the monkey could celebrate its victory, the partly sawed log snapped shut with a shockingly loud boom, deep, intense rumble smart sound. The sound echoed through the suddenly silent garden. Oh dear, what a frightful turn of events! In that split second, as the log closed tightly, the cheeky monkey's little legs were caught, trapped firmly inside the deep rift. A piercing, monkey screech, excited of pain and terror, filled the air, replacing its earlier playful sounds. Its eyes, once bright with curiosity, now welled up with fear and confusion. The poor monkey tugged and pulled with all its remaining strength, desperately trying to free its trapped legs, but the heavy, wooden log held fast, impossible to move. From the safety of the distant trees, the other monkeys watched, their chattering voices now hushed in fear. They huddled together, too scared to come closer, their playful adventure replaced by worried gazes. With each passing moment, the cheeky monkey grew weaker and weaker. Its desperate struggles slowly faded, its small body becoming limp against the unyielding wood. The silence settled back over the construction site, not the peaceful quiet of lunchtime, but a heavy, sorrowful stillness. The playful spirit that once filled the air was gone, replaced by a profound sadness. As the afternoon shadows began to lengthen, the hard-working masons and carpenters returned from their lunch break. Their cheerful chatter immediately stopped when they saw the quiet building site. They noticed the scattered tools, the log, and then, with heavy hearts, the still figure of the small monkey beside it. A collective gasp of sadness rippled through the group. The kind merchant, hearing the sudden silence and distress, quickly came to see what had happened. His eyes filled with sorrow as he understood the whole unfortunate event. He saw how the playful curiosity of a little monkey had led to such a tragic mistake. He knew they couldn't undo what had happened, but he hoped others could learn from it. This sad story teaches us a very important lesson. Always be careful and thoughtful, especially when you are around things you don't understand. Just like the monkey, we might be curious, but it's always best to ask an adult or observe from a safe distance. Playing with tools or machinery can be very dangerous if we don't know how to use them properly. And even the smallest mistake can have big consequences. Let's remember to be safe and wise in our adventures.
Ever dreamed of being the hero? Now you get to be the star. Your adventure starts at TalesMio. Visit talesmio.com now.